All right, this side here should be easier, but you know what? It's going to be harder. You know why?
What is that?
We have to compress this spring. Your light's on over here.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Because this is way
It's different than that.
different than that. But it is shorter though. Look at that. That might help us.
It might help us a little
But
bit.
who knows? Because the stack heights might be more with this in there. The next problem is the Allen. So we're going to try to just leverage one of these with a wrench on the end of it.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, and if we don't like that, then we'll make the tool.
Well, let's get what we need going. So, okay, so where's the wrench you want to put on here and sacrifice to tighten that up? You know, like a 7/16 or ½ inch combo.
Say that one more time.
You got a ½ inch 7/16 combo to put on here to torque it.
Sure. I got both these right here.
We'll see which one of those fits best for torquing with. Let me see the half. Basically going to use the wrench here, the torque wrench. Half's good.
Okay.
That'll give you a good pull down on it.
All right.
If it pulls down good and tight, that's all that matters. Now this one we don't have to put the oil in it because we have a hole in the top. But we have two options. We've got this option A, or we've got option B over there. Do you see the difference in the options?
Yep.
What's the difference? Big hole, small hole,
I think I like this better.
but that is a slower drain, slower fill rate.
They both seem to be the exact same size.
And the spring's
This
gonna
seems
sit,
like-
the spring's gonna sit on the outside edge anyway, so it doesn't matter really, but if you wanna use this, it just has a slower,
Yeah, I definitely
we
want
have
to
to use a
this one.
smaller, we just have to use a smaller funnel. So let's see if we can find the funnel inside that super small one that was over here.
Right. We have smaller funnels, but I think just like the other one, we should be able to.
Because there's a big
Pull down
difference
the
in
top.
hole size between these
Pull
two.
down the top of it, just like with the other one. Like we had talked about, you know what I'm saying?
We'll see. Well, this one you put through the hole, yeah, we put it in the hole. We go through the top. But when it comes time to do it when it's assembled, you have to pour through the top on this one.
Works beautifully. Okay.
Well,
So I want to use this one.
maybe.
I think it makes sense to use this one to
Okay.
me. Right? We do some oil on this bushing, correct?
Yep, just a little bit.
There.
I don't like dry bushings. Don't like dry seals either.
That's good.
Okay, so we're gonna need the
So now we need to drop this down. Hole.
with the spring on it.
Spring is on it. Like so. It's our top out.
Still on there.
Our negative, right?
Spring is there.
And this
That I
goes
beat on,
here.
so it goes on a little tight. Let's push on
There
it.
you go. Okay. That's
It's on
seated, right? Now we want to go here. Just like this. Right. And then we need some goop.
Okay, let's slow down. You wanna put, we can put this stuff in right now. if you
Okay,
want.
that's I like that. So what we were
Assuming we have to pull this back out again. If
this
we have to pull
guy?
this back out again, it'd be a bitch, but if not, no big deal. Good after went through, right? Back down there. Yeah, it's in there. Okay,
So
minimum you gotta put the spring in there to keep it down so it down. So we can put all this stuff in right now and do this last, or we can do this right now and do this later. So it's up to you how you want to do it.
let's save this. Put this in.
Put this side in
Just in
first.
case.
In case
we
we
have
have
to
to pull it
beat
back
everything
apart.
back out, right?
Well, if we have to do something down here, we have to pull all that back out.
Right,
So
exactly.
It
Right.
makes more sense to do it from this side, but we don't have to, but it makes more sense. We can't use this because it's too short.
We ready for me to put this on here?
This needs to be probably 2 inches in length to actually engage in there far enough to do anything. Now we could take an Allen like this, cut it, take your, what is it, 6mm?
Yep, 6mm.
Put a 6mm socket on it and use that as a driver. We're going to try to do it by doing the L-wrench method though. Okay, let's go ahead and do this here. So I put this on there. So I just spin this like this, put a washer on and do it again. If you do it right, you only get goop on one finger, but you know, you like getting your whole hand full. I don't have those fancy gloves on, so I conserve my fingers.
All right.
And smooth part down, sharp edge out. Is it upside down or do you have it right?
Sharp edge down, right?
Yeah, it digs into the fork for better sealing.
Just like that.
In case you didn't know, that's why they made it that way, right? That's how they stamp them out. That's why they're made uneven. But as a secondary, gives you a seal, a better seal up on it.
Like that.
Wipe off the excess. Rag or right over here.
Took the rag off where it went in.
I took your rag. You threw it way over there. Not me.
Okay.
See, you did it again. Put that over here and get to it. See? Quit touching that thing. I'm gonna get dirty. Okay, just stick it in the hole. Well, you hold the spring there like you're doing. You're fine. Feel like you got started? Can't tell I ain't started. Let's do it this way. Now gravity help us. Okay, feel it?
Yeah, much better. Now we're started for sure.
Gravity's always good.
Right.
One up now.
Right. So how do we tighten this up if we're not holding it? That's the
Okay,
question.
now it's got tension on it. I'm gonna hold this. You use a hammer. The old hammer torque. Get my hammer. You have to go like this with it. Get my hammer. I'll rotate this over a little bit so it's more easy for you to hit on it. You have to put tension on it so it stays put and try to beat on it. Let me get one more.
Let's see.
Feels pretty tight. Feel tight to you when you're doing it?
Yeah.
Pretty solid?
Yep.
Okay. It's best to get one that needs to be that long. Was your
Yeah.
dimension?
And they're a pain to find around town. Like you gotta kind of.
They don't make them that length.
Kind of got to find a specialty
And
tool.
we found out you cannot do what?
You can't cut them off because the shaft is
Not
is
from Harbor
wider.
Freight though. It needs to be 1.8 inches minimum. So, actually, I like 2 inches for these things, and 2 inch works perfect for what this application is. See, I get a little extra. I like 2-inch Allens, 2.5 max. I don't like the long ones. 6 inches stupid. All they do is vibrate and rattle. Okay, wipe that off. So before you cut the end of it off to make a short one, you're gonna have to measure it.
Yeah. Or you'll be drilling things out, and you may be drilling them out anyway.
Well, you know, it does work. As long as you don't put Loctite on the screw like you were gonna do.
Yeah.
That would be a
That
bad
would be a
idea.
bad idea.
That would not have been fun.
That's why the 65 we didn't know the
Oh,
number.
we left this out. Do we need this?
Nope. All right.
You know what I would have done? I would have put this thing back together with this on the other leg. Use the dampener on both sides.
Okay.
Okay, now, we have to figure out we need oil in there. I would put the seal and stuff in there.
Yeah,
So.
no. Put the sill, right?
You know why I would do that? Because this here can drop and not have to worry about oil falling out. And this can go out of the way. You get good access to it. It's clean.
Okay, so we're bushing.
Yep, a little oil on this. See that oil clean we had over there? How much oil clean did you actually have? So we compensated for the oil clean. We've been using this oil for quite a while now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of oil in there still. That's why you got to put extra in there when you oil clean it. I think the bush is loose. Okay, the inside matter, not the outside.
Let's put it on both. That.
Washer, sharp side down.
Sharp side down.
Then you bang them over. See, we did not need a split one because we are working on undisassembled front end. 29 degrees it should stay better. So line it up.
I don't even want to fight with it.
Well, you gotta line it up, you know, it's kind of one of those things. It doesn't work unless you line it up.
There we go.
Shouldn't have to fight it.
Sheesh.
It's just fighting you.
There we go.
It's just fighting you. I don't know why. It's you. You're making it hard on purpose because it was all you.
Must be.
It's already in
like
there.
it's hard,
First
yeah.
shot, it was in there.
Alright.
Make sure you put the seal in correctly, which is which way?
Like this?
The correct way. You have to look at the lips. It's probably two facing down, one facing up. Sometimes there's a starting edge on a seal, so you got a starting lip on your seal.
Yep.
Usually that's going to be down for starting purposes. I've never seen them put a starting seal on the top. You know, Harley would do that. Now you see I get the cylinder sideways, I would probably get that cylinder up. Now you only want to go down until you get the snap ring in there, not until it bottoms out completely.
We don't have a snap ring.
Okay, then go further. That's the snap
There
ring.
it is. There's the snap ring.
Because I've had seals going too deep and the seal runs in the bushing and the seal doesn't work. Looks like a sieve, get the pair ball, pull it all back apart. What was the trick for putting that in?
Start.
You have to show
Doing
the
it
camera.
backwards.
You have to show the camera.
So lead with this side and then
And squeeze.
squeeze. Whoops.
Squeeze and push with the tail.
Push.
And that popped in right off the bat.
No, we're not seated.
Not all the way around. Oh, that one is.
No.
One side popped in. I heard it. Make sure it's in there all the way around. That's the only thing that holds your fork together is that right there. Now guess what happens when you leave the washer out?
You get slop. And the seal will push that out. I don't know.
The pushing goes right through the seal and fork comes apart.
That would suck.
Pumps it all out. I've actually had the seals, the bushings pump themselves out. You still can't fall apart until the bolt down here comes out. It won't fall off until that happens, but I've had these bushings pop out though. Put in when they're really loose.
So this is where we can put our oil in, right? And then pump this a little bit, and then put our.
Yeah, put oil in it.
All right, calls for a different, little bit.
I put the same 11 ounces in it. Actually, we're supposed to put 11 ounces on this side, not the other side.
What was that? 2.15.
You know, it's 275 milliliters over here. Remember?
Two
Or three,
liters.
or not, 325, a little extra.
It's different weight. It's different on both sides.
Yeah, we already did the other side. This one was one that had more. It was 11.1 on this side. Cartridge fork was 10. What's it say?
So we're on the left side now,
Yeah.
which is showing the cartridge is saying 10 ounces on this side.
Yeah, but it's not a cartridge. They're backwards.
So you think we should run 11?
Yeah.
Basically do the exact same thing we did last time.
Yeah. Realistically, this needs nothing more than about 4 ounces of oil. You know why? Because it doesn't do anything over here. It's strictly lubrication. There's no dampening. But we'll go ahead and lube the piss out of it. So. Yeah, that's good. 325-ish. Yeah, close enough. Doesn't really matter.
Right?
Like I said, it doesn't matter because there's nothing in it.
So we should be able to just pour this right down here.
Yep. Without the spring in it. Now, why can we do that with the other one?
Technically we could have.
No, we couldn't have because
should've.
it had a big piece of crap in the way. You had to go between that and the other side, which would have been interesting. What are you pumping it for?
That's what the book says to do.
There's no dampening in there. There's no dampener. Remember, we left this out. This would be a dampener.
Okay, that says in our book for our assembly stuff, we need to go
Be
back.
careful when you drop that tube down, it might squirt all the way out the top. Depending how much oil's in there.
Nope.
We're good? Okay, good. You wanna know?
Just basically put the cap on this thing. But
That's exactly what we're gonna do next. And you gotta have this all the way down.
Install, which we're on the, that one on the left.
And we have to compress this spring too, which is gonna be interesting.
Install spring into left leg and place stock washer on top of spring. Note, on the model we're using, 890-27004, do not use washers.
Duh. It's already got a lot of preload on it already.
It says install the supplied spacer onto the washer and spring.
You didn't replace this O-ring either.
Where's that? It's not here.
Yeah, we didn't do it on the other one
We're
either.
gonna do it on the other one.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
They don't leak anyway. Yeah, put one new one in there. Pull the whole other side apart. Pull the other side apart and do it too.
I don't think so.
Don't think so?
I don't regret that decision, but I don't think so.
I'm just gonna do one. Well, it wasn't leaking with 60,000 miles on it. Why would it leak now? It's gonna be fun putting this in. We'll be able to work on the vise. Gonna be manhandling it. So we just clamp right on this nice chrome tube right here.
This thing didn't come with any spacers or anything, correct? So it says,
Nope, we didn't have
install
any
supplied spacer onto the washer and spring.
Nope.
We
Nope.
do not, on ours, we don't use any of that nonsense. What rag to put in here?
Why?
Were you trying to put this in the vise or what?
That thing there's gonna go in the vise. I'm not putting this in the vise.
Like that?
No, right now we got oil in this, remember?
Yep.
So you turn it sideways, see what happens. No, we can turn it to 45, but we can't turn it. No, put it 45. No eyes. Let's go about this much angle, so we know better. And I have room for me in there though. Press this thing. Hold on. Ready? Ready? One more.
It's because we gotta push past that seal.
Ready? Yeah, we can find a spot where.
Alright, let's see if we can just push down on it.
Push down on what?
On the weight, let's put this thing on the ground.
Who's gonna hold it? Don't work that way. This is the best way. We have to compress it, we get the starting of the thread where the tube is.
Clean my hands a little bit.
So we have to figure out what the first thread is, because until you get the first thread, we don't know. We don't know where the
We
first
gotta
thread.
make it down there.
That's not the first thread. The first thread is the first thread on this. This thread and this thread have to line up to catch that first thread.
Alright.
And you want to try to keep tension on it for at least one turn.
If we do it like that, you're gonna videotape my back.
Well, we're already videotaping the back, see. You're too high. Down just a little bit. Okay. Okay, ready? Back it up a little bit. Okay, ready? The problem is the whole bench is lifting,
Yeah.
which is cocking us, which makes it not start.
Alright,
And there's no way you can overcome it by doing that. Okay, now if we hold the fork tube, we gotta push that down, which would probably be just as hard or harder. It'd be nice if this tube wasn't going up and down as we're doing that.
alright, let's just try the other way and see what happens. What we got to lose.
The problem is you gotta hold this fork tube without damaging it. That's the problem. That rag ain't gonna do it.
Took it off like this. I don't know. Shot.
should have something more than rag.
Alright.
Maybe a piece of cardboard. Oh, you got that rubber right there. Grab that rubber. That'd be good. It's got bite on it. It's got consistency. I'm gonna wait. I'm way over here. Okay, I don't care about all that other stuff. I'm gonna care about right here. Okay. Hang it down. All right. Where's our top cap at? Give me a little more holding power to push against. Okay, and my crescent wrench.
A smaller one. No, you can spin. You can hit the.
My part to the crescent spring, not the back. I don't have to do it.
Let me. What if I get behind and push, and then you can spin?
Push on my elbow. Just slide this back up. Okay. Slide up further.
So we got more bite.
Okay, what do we got to put underneath there? You got a little ladder? Stiff spring.
Put some on top of that or something. Oh, here. See,
The ladder.
this will work. Put a little bit more like that. Alright, here's something to push against, kind of.
Okay.
That's not right. Just slides on up.
It's all right. Better happen.
Tighten this down a bit.
Okay, you got a shorter wrench or you try a smaller cross wrench?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, so at least we can spin it.
It's gonna work. There you go.
That way we can spin it, you know what I mean? All the way around.
Maybe not.
Okay, let me.
Yeah, push on the heel. We'll go. That worked.
Alright.
Looks like a charm. Said it was coming out of the tube down there, but it worked. It was almost off the tube down here, see, but it did its job. Alright.
Alright.
That's a two-man job there.
It was.
I didn't eat enough Wheaties this morning. My ass is too light.
Wow. That is stiff.
What do you mean it doesn't move?